Welcome back, sweeties. It is Saturday. We're here. Nice weather this week. Hopefully, y'all enjoyed it. We've got playback here, real quick, just in case you didn't hear me.
Pause it for a second.
Yeah.
There
What?
we go. I just paused it. There you go. Should be good now.
We're good. We're good. Are we recording?
Yeah, we're recording.
Okay, good. All right. So, again, welcome back. Thank you. We got Daniel, Jota,
Right.
Evelyn here helping us with the cameras and the Instagram posting. And then we've got a special guest. His name is Armando. You may know him. If you don't,
Yeah, now you do.
Army.
yeah, Armando Army. He's our friend from
Our lover. Oh, wait, no. Sorry.
what? Oh no, Daniel. Well, I don't know what kind of
We've known you how long
I
now?
don't know.
what kind of deal you got.
2000,
2011.
2011, 2012.
Yeah,
So 10 years.
Wow.
Yeah, about
A
10
decade.
years, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
A decade of friendship.
Yeah, it's been a
It's
long
been a
time.
labor of love.
Yeah, labor because it's hard to work with him. It's hard to be friends with him.
Some of you might know him as the Tinkus ambassador.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys that are gaming also know him as AB Tinkus.
Everything.
Yeah, the most original name ever.
And most of you guys might know him from Grindr. What's
Oh,
your...
come on.
What's your handle?
My handle right?
My handle, right. Look for him.
No, but no, all jokes aside. Thanks for coming, Armando.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Yeah, no
Appreciate
problem,
you.
no problem.
Really heard it.
So today we've got an interesting topic. I think this came up last week. We were at Armando's house, actually. We were talking about something that he brought up that I never heard of before: universal basic income. And maybe sounds ignorant because I don't know if that's something that's everybody should know or not, but I didn't know. So he introduced it to us. We started talking about it. I didn't know what it is. I still kind of don't know what it is necessarily. Do you feel comfortable just kind of like summarizing what it is, or do you want me to take a stab at it and then you correct me if I'm wrong?
No. Go ahead and give it a shot.
All right, I'll give it a shot. So what I was reading is apparently it is income that the government will give you just for being an adult, I guess, at a certain age. I don't know, I forget.
That's
Right?
correct.
You get income, and it's kind of the support, and so you're not like struggling, and then you can go to school or whatever you need to do, right? I guess, and then it's to kind of level the playing field so everybody has some income. But yeah, that's what I understand from it. Is that right?
Yeah, you got it. You got that right. Yes, it's a way to give people a chance to not to have those pressures of life, specifically such as paying for your rent or shelter or food. This actually will give you more more opportunities, and yeah, basically, yeah.
Try to
Basically,
talk a
you're
little
right.
closer. Sorry, you gotta...
Yes.
Yeah, don't be afraid of the microphone. It's okay.
Yeah, it's not gonna bite me, but
It's not gonna bite
It
you.
might, but you never know.
Did you know about this, Daniel?
Yeah, I knew about UBI. It's a universal basic income.
Yeah. No, the only thing I've ever heard about was the UTI.
Okay,
Oh,
there
we
you
all,
go.
we all got those at one point.
Dang,
No, just joking. I've heard aspects of it, but I've never heard its actual name.
Does it like branch out like from socialist governments? Is that where it comes from, or is it just something that's available or an idea that's coming up? I never heard of it about it.
That's a very good question. I will be honest, I'm not really sure where it come from, but as far as I know, it has been very popular. In order to,
Is it new? Or is it something that's been around?
It's been around for a while.
So you know what? I take it back. I read a little bit, just kind of, so I'm not so ignorant about it before the podcast, and I read that there is there's people that in history that recommended this, right?
Yeah.
Or that had an idea about this, so that like people have some income that the government would give them.
Yeah.
And most recently, I think the reason you brought it up is, if I remember correctly, Korea is buying into this,
Yeah.
and due to COVID.
Yeah.
As people are stuck at home, they're not able to provide or they're not able to work because factories, places have been shut down.
No, before you go into that, I'm assuming you mean South Korea.
No.
North
Korea.
Korea.
Communist Korea.
Yeah.
I mean, for all I know, like that's basically what communism is. Everyone has the
True
same
that.
income. That's communism.
Okay, yeah. You're right.
Yeah.
That's a good point to make.
Yeah.
South Korea is the one that I read about,
Yeah.
and so.
And I think the reason why this came up to be a big topic recently is because now, as you can probably guess, have known, we've gotten the stimulus check. So
Yes.
everyone's got one. So most of them are
At
very
least
happy
one.
about it.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of back and forth of like whether this is positive or negative to the to the American
economy.
to the economy and everything, because some don't use wealth very fairly, some do use it fairly. So it didn't come up as like, well, how does a person rely to the government? Like, how to what extent?
Do you what?
Huh?
What was the question again? To what extent do you do
Yeah,
what?
to what extent does a person rely on their government?
Mhm.
Do you have to do that? I mean, but then again, that's why UBI is starting to become a very trending thing going on
Trending.
within governments. And, one of the biggest things, and I don't know, this is just my opinion on this, like, when someone said, oh, you get $2,000, politicians are trying to get you $2,000, you tend to, support them because
Right.
you
Yeah.
might not know their back.
So they're kind of like buying your boat.
There we go.
So they're buying your boat or
Yeah.
buying your support.
Yeah.
But
But the intent of it is to make sure, to in a way, like basically battle poverty.
Battle poverty.
Yeah,
Poverty,
battle poverty, because there is a lot of people suffering out there, and
yeah, I was reading on the kind of like pre-research, so it's just not extensive, right? Maybe 10, 20 minutes that I did. That there's places, there's things that are also like jobs that are becoming obsolete because computers and automated systems are taking over. Like factory workers, right? They don't necessarily need them because they have machines doing whatever they used to be
Yeah.
doing. So then those folks are out of jobs now. They don't have any income coming
Nope.
in.
Exactly.
So I can see why that's a benefit. But I think where I have a difficulty, and I'll let you guys share what you guys think, is the misuse of that money.
Yeah.
The misuse of, I don't guess we could all agree. Because that money, and even a little bit taking a step back, where is that money coming from? Where is the government giving you that money from? Because it comes from us, the people that are working, and the people that are, or that, let's say, not, because not everybody does just not choose not to work. Some people can't find a job, so to make it, to not insult them, right?
yeah,
The people that are able to work, right? They're able to work, are paying taxes, and that's where that money is coming from. Is that right?
yeah.
Generally,
I think
where
so,
it's
yeah.
In general,
almost all of it's coming from there.
And
for what the idea of the UBI is trying to do is trying to make it something self-sustainable. So right now, most of your taxes are going to different things that sometimes, it's supporting the poor, trying to fight poverty. So, because the system sometimes do not work, and you try to make it work, but something you may have to replace it with another system. Like we talk about welfare. Welfare is the same thing. Why are we bringing this whole universal thing? Because it has been like not working for a lot of people with that the welfare system, and it's been unfair a couple times.
Yeah.
a couple times,
Uh,
a couple times throughout the whole thing.
Well, I mean, like, working where we work, I see what he means by it.
You're working where you, bank, yes, or a financial institution.
Yeah. So working where we work, because he and I work at the same place, I saw that firsthand. Some people were taking advantage of, and I'm not talking about welfare at this point. We offered a product where if you couldn't make your payment because of the pandemic, we wouldn't question it. We would just extend your loan payments for 2-3 months, depending on how much time you needed.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
And there are people who just, like, one lady literally called me and said, yeah, I'm going to take advantage of this and I'm going to remodel my deck. So rather than pay you guys, I'm going to remodel my deck. I told that to the manager.
She tells you that, like, flat out.
Yeah, she just flat out. I didn't even have to, like, kind of like
Probe it?
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
just like, okay, so, all right. I told my manager, or the manager that I worked with at the time, and like after the 3 months expired, he basically shut that down. We got into asking more personal questions where people got to the point where, like, why are you asking me this? Like, you didn't ask me before. Like, this is very personal stuff. I don't like talking about it. And to me, it felt like because of people like the woman who took advantage, we stopped, truly caring. And that's just kind of like a small example of...
So everybody pays the price for just one few people.
For
or
the
maybe
few people,
or
yeah.
a handful, or maybe the majority. I don't know how many people are taking advantage of the organization or the kindness of the organization. Because everybody, like, remembers when we were, like, last year, like, there's a lot of people that lost jobs.
Yeah.
A lot of people that couldn't make mortgage payments, couldn't pay rent, couldn't even buy food for their families. So those people need help. And there's people that truly need that help now because of a few people that are taking advantage of the system. And that's always going to be in place. I mean, no matter what, people are going to take advantage of the system whenever they can. And not everyone, but there's going to be people that do. And because of it, I guess everybody pays and nobody gets either that. But going back to UBI, I mean, what do you guys agree with it? Do you guys like it?
I like it, but at the same time, it comes back to where is this money coming from? Like if I'm going to be working my ass off to pay my bills and stuff, do I feel like someone who's not trying deserves to get this money, get my money from the government? No. Would it benefit me back if I was a recent college student, just graduated high school, going into no debt school, like a community college, having not to pay anything to go in there and study and then, better myself? Yeah, that's a great point of view. But then those people who don't take advantage of it like that, who just abuse it, it's kind of like, is it really worth it?
That's a good point. How about you, Jota?
So I'm a little bit for it. My dad is calling me.
There you go. You send the wrong thing.
So
he heard
I
us.
may have to take this call because he keeps calling. right when I have to talk. Can you answer? Tell him that I'm gonna call him back.
He's probably listening.
And then
podcast.
Evelyn's using the.
She's recording live on Instagram.
Hey guys, instead of me, putting a comment, just watch the rest of the live in YouTube. It's currently live right now.
Yeah, we're live right here, just live.
You can Sweetie, and then you can catch their live. We are out of here from Instagram.
Yeah.
Thank you, Evelyn.
Thanks, Ebe. She's still switching cameras. Oh,
Yeah.
I was
So-
like pointing at the camera,
you're
but
gonna
y'all didn't see
So
me.
my point is, I think ideally it's a good thing. I think there are people who can really take advantage of it. But I mean, let's be honest. We had a couple of stimulus checks last year.
Yeah.
Where has that money gone for you guys? Like, was there a new TV? Was there any? Where did it go? I don't know where we personally put that money. I forget. I honestly
You
don't.
probably use it for bills. I mean,
Maybe.
you guys probably use it for bills.
Maybe, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I did it too. So a couple bills that I had.
Couple bills.
Yeah, all three of you guys have bills to pay. I don't. So you know what I did with
Yes,
it?
you do.
I mean,
Yeah.
I have to pay for my car, but that's not like a major expense.
How about that Apple credit card? You be swiping left and right.
That's true.
That's
All
true.
of this bought to you. No, I'm just
There
joking.
you go. Yeah. So
but-
maybe did you buy this equipment with the stimulus?
Well,
check?
I'm pretty sure some of it went there, but a large chunk of it went to the new PlayStation 5 I got. And I'm not joking. Like the government gave me the money, and I used it for that. Was it a good use of the money? Probably not.
Is it better than buying drugs though?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. It's
So-
way better than that.
Way better. I
mean-
mean, so this is the thing. Like,
Yeah.
whatever device is, right? Whether it's a PlayStation 5 or whether it's drugs, like who's to say like what you can use it for,
Mhm.
right? The benefit, like I think, is because I was thinking about it when you get the money from the government,
Yep.
right? It comes for a good, and there's people that truly need it, right? And if we don't give them the money, then maybe their kids are not gonna eat, maybe they're not gonna eat, right?
Mm.
So, and now you don't need that money, right? We don't all need that money.
Yeah.
I mean, thankfully, right? At least not today. Maybe tomorrow we will. We never know what life is going to throw at
Yeah.
us, right? We don't know.
Yep.
But if we don't need it now and, we're thinking, oh, I'm paying 17% tax, whatever the tax rate, I'm just making it up number, right?
Yeah.
Whatever the tax rate is that we're getting, or if it increases because we need to cover that to be able to give it to more people, is that a problem? Is that a bad thing? Do you guys have a problem with it? Like, so if tomorrow, let's say, I'm going to throw up numbers. I don't know the numbers, but let's say today we pay 5% taxes. Everybody does on their income, right? Let's
Okay.
just say.
Yeah.
And then tomorrow or next year they say, hey, we're going to increase that to 10%, but then everybody will get whatever.
Universal healthcare.
Yeah, universal basic income,
Yeah.
right? And are you guys okay with that? Would
Yes.
you guys be okay with paying 5%, but everybody gets an additional, a check from the government for $430, whether you work or
Monthly?
not? Yeah.
I mean, let me, I guess, kind of finish the thought that I had earlier. Yeah, I'm all for it because, like I said, it's up to the individual to say something like, I can use this money as something that I can put to better myself. Like I think Daniel, you said that. Or that person can say, I'm just gonna waste this into whatever I want. So at that point, it becomes that person's problem. So that money is gone. It's like when you go and you bet or you invest in stocks, right? Like the government is investing on us, and it's up to us to make make
Good
that
use of
money
it.
worth it or not. But where it becomes an issue is when the majority of the people are starting to take advantage of it. And I'm going to give an example, and you guys probably maybe know a little bit, and not to put the country down, but Argentina right now, they're going through one of their biggest
Recessions.
economic struggles. And one of the main reasons is because their previous government, they had way too many quote-unquote help for the poor or for the needed. Things like super unnecessary. Like if you have like a kid, like you'll get like X amount of money. If you're like a single mother, you would get even more. Things like that, and people like eventually started taking advantage of that.
Yeah.
And Evelyn can correct me if I'm wrong, or Jamie. So things like that eventually, like the more you give the people, the more that they want. And unfortunately, that's just the nature of humans. We take advantage of what we can.
Armando, do you think that is that enabling or disabling people?
The money?
How do you see? Yeah. Because I think that's what he's going back.
Yeah,
to,
I can hear. And
because like rather than helping them at that point, you're like saying, okay, be lazy, don't worry about it because we got you, and then you're not pushing them to maybe do something more. Is that what do you think?
Well,
how do you feel about that?
Going back to that, and that's a very good question. What would you say to a person if you don't give them a chance
To prove themselves.
Like, yeah, why? Like, you're assuming already they'll do that wrong thing, but they can sometimes make a difference. This is where, like as I mentioned earlier, it's about the humanity. And for example, let's say, and I'm just putting a quick scenario here. Let's say you get billionaire next year. You become. What is your first instinct?
Make it happen, sweeties.
Yeah.
I mean, that would be amazing. I'll ask you for money. But anyways.
No,
but
as the government. UBI. I'm kidding. Go ahead.
So what would be your first instinct in that end? And then when you have a lot of money?
Like what to do with the money?
What would you do the first thing?
I mean, like, I think if I'm honest, I think I'd take care of myself. Take care of my bills, make sure I pay out my house, pay out my car, take all of that stuff, and then put money aside from my kids' college.
Okay.
There's a lot of things that are necessities to us, and really, if I'm being honest, the last thing I think about is my neighbors, right?
Let's see. Those things you just listed. What if they're all fulfilled already?
If they're fulfilled,
to you, like you're satisfied, like okay, everything's paid off. I have enough food. My kids are good.
So you're saying if I was Bill Gates?
Yeah.
Let's say.
I mean, I think.
What do you start thinking about?
I guess helping foundations, creating foundations for cure of medicine.
Not just that. Wouldn't you throw a couple bucks to your parents?
I mean, dude, so, like when I'm talking about like covering myself, I'm talking about like my family.
Oh, okay.
I'm talking about as in its entirety. Like, I'm talking about me immediate family. So like my fifth cousin, I don't know about them, but right, Evelyn? But like if it was like my fifth cousin removed, I don't know, But like if I'm talking about like my direct family, like my siblings here, Daniela, and then like my parents, my Manella.
My siblings and Daniela.
and Daniela.
No, that's what I meant. Like, 'cause my siblings here. I said my siblings here.
Okay.
And then Daniela, who's not here.
So the point I'm trying to say to this.
No, let me finish. Let me correct it. Daniela, you're my sibling. but yeah. So and then Nella's parents, Nella's family. There's all of that. But yes. Sorry.
So you're actually thinking of something other than yourself.
Of course.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
That's what.
But see, the thing is, I think the difference is right here. To your point is like, I know them. I know who they are. I have a connection to them. I have an emotional connection. I have a physical connection because I see them day to day. These people that are out there, right, not working, they're not work. I have no emotional connection to them, right? And it's harder to do something for someone that you don't know, right? It's harder It's not impossible, and sometimes we all do it. Like we all drive around an intersection. You see someone that's needed. You have extra bread. You have extra money. We give it to them. We don't know what they're going to do. We assume that they're going to buy drugs. We assume they're going to buy alcohol, right? But we don't know. They may need it, and they may use it in the right way, like you said. We cannot assume, and because we don't, so don't assume to like not give the money because you think they're going to buy something to like get high or whatever it is, right?
Yeah.
But at the same time, going back to what you said, it's easier to help out someone that you know, someone that you're emotionally connected to. A lot easier. I'm not saying that I don't help out other people. I wouldn't help out other people. I would. Definitely would if I had money, if I was able to.
Yeah.
But, you know, that it goes back to that, I think like, because just the 4 or 5 of us here, right? Like, we may want to do that, but then there's millions of people out there that, like, I'm working my ass off, and then, like, I'm paying 17% out, whatever the tax rate is, right? Whatever it is.
Yeah.
And then these people are just, like, taking advantage of the system to stay without a job.
Yep.
And then still collect the money, because then now we're giving them housing, we're giving them health, everything is taken care of. What is the need for work at that point? If you think about it, like going back to what you said, like, what do you think? What is the need for work? If healthcare is taken care of, I don't have to pay. If I get sick, I don't have to worry about it. Housing is already taken care of, right? The government's, whatever. And then I don't have to pay for food or whatever if they have, and I'm getting an additional 430, whatever the amount is that the government's giving us. What is the use of work at that point?
Well, as I mentioned earlier, that your basic instinct, Ronald, that I'll tell you that, like, you satisfy this whole thing that you wanted to do with your money, you're gonna eventually want to, like, give money away, give money back, or give money. So yes, when people sometimes will take advantage of it, and that's unfortunate. But we have to, as humans, we have to change the mind, and we're hoping with this, that generation that thinks like that may start to go away, and we're gonna start promoting, follow your passions, follow your dreams, follow your job that you want to do, instead of you working as a cashier in a job, then in a job for 10 years,
No offense to the cashiers.
No, but of course, nothing bad with
Huge
that. But
demographic.
no, but
I mean,
this will, the UBI will help you better yourself and wanting to do things that you want it to be. There's a point where, as a human, and I'll tell you this, one week I took a day for work, 1 week of work, and all I wanted to do is take advantage of that time. And I was being paid. And I'm sorry, I don't know if someone from my
PTO?
work someone from work is listening here, but
I am. Don't worry, I'll tell them all.
I stayed up playing video games all day, and but let me tell you this, and I was like, it's all I wanted to do. I was like, I spend my time to that, but then I figured, I was like, what am I working towards to, like,
Better yourself?
what am I doing? Like, I need to find a goal. I need to find the mountain that I want to climb.
Your end game.
Yeah. The end game.
That's why I always say that.
So we hoping by that, fulfilling their needs, humans are gonna start thinking, okay, I'm gonna drink alcohol as much as I can, and if you die, you die. But sorry, nothing bad with that. But
Nothing bad with that.
I mean,
Your choice.
if you want to drink it, laugh away.
yeah.
Good.
But I mean, there are moments of points where you, as a human, in your brain, you're like, okay, I'm tired of this. You abused it, and you felt it, and you want to change it. Changes. Even sometimes we don't like it. Change happens to us, and to our bodies, and to our brain. And that's like, I used to play games, but now I'm like, you barely sometimes see me.
I mean, we play all the time. I play all the time, but I use it as a way of disconnection.
Yes.
I use it as a way of forgetting about things that I don't want to. Like I've worked in like a long day. I want to do something. I've spent some time with my kids. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes I go straight to the game because I've had a hard day, and just to forget whatever it is that you do to like kind of forget. Sometimes we need that, right? Like you said, you need to disconnect. But I'm saying it. So you're talking about, right, people that are gonna work, right?
People that are taking advantage of it.
But like, imagine this, right? If everybody decided to do that, right, and just not work, there is not going to be income tax, right? And there is not going to be that percentage that the government can take and give to everybody else.
Yeah.
Because if everybody decided, oh, you know what? I don't need to work.
Yeah.
I'm getting this money. I can follow my dreams, whatever that is. And that's good. Yeah. That's what we need to, I agree, 100%, right?
Yeah.
They need to kind of like follow. But then the rest of the people decide not to work, or a majority of people decide not to work. I think Jota was saying this, right?
Yeah.
They're taking advantage. Then where is that money, that the 17 or whatever percentage that we were taking away, where is that going to come anyway? There isn't going to be. Because then, I was reading something earlier too, that it says 20% of the people are on the top. Like they make the most money, and then the rest of them, 20% is on the bottom. Yeah. Right?
80% on the bottom.
80% on the bottom. And then, and then the rest of it, and then somewhere in the middle, there's a percentage, and then the people that are really, really struggling is another 20%. So it's a very contrast, right? But how do you balance that? Because that, why should I be the one that works and contributes the tax income for everybody else to benefit? That's the struggle.
Yeah.
Right? Would you it comes back to what you're saying, sacrificing and being able to, because some of us are doing what we want to do, like what we love doing, and we enjoy what we do, but not everybody does. Yeah. Not everybody is doing that, right? And then we can't all take a 1 week or 6 week break. Go ahead, take a break, and then let me figure out what I want to do. We can't all do that, right? Because it's a communal thing.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the things I read. Like we're like,
but what if you could?
But how are we gonna fund it? How are we gonna fund? How are we gonna
fund it?
Fund it. I'm sorry. How are we gonna fund it?
But I think we're forgetting something, guys. In all of this, there are people who are just content. Because I know one of the worries was if everyone can just stop working and focus on what they want to do. Imagine everybody just wants to be YouTuber, soccer player, whatever else is out there. Yeah. And the basic jobs grocery stock boys and all these other jobs that that usually have a lot of turnover because it's easier to get in. There are people who actually enjoy that type of job. They do, and they would be happy working in that type of environment. There are other types of people who enjoy that the rat race. What do they call it? Where they just want the rat race, right? Where they just want to get better. They want this.
Climb they want the corporate ladder.
They want to chase after their dreams.
Yeah.
But there are people who are very content with working very simple, very mundane jobs and not, high profile jobs. So, those are the people that are the foundation for our economy. It's the basic people. And I think a lot of the struggles or economic struggles have a lot to do with education. So, for instance, with this universal basic income, there should also be, in tandem, we should have an improvement to our education, because the American education it's the worst for a first for a world power.
Oh, okay.
For a world power, it's one of the worst out there. So, with that being said, if we spend a little bit more on education, whether that means educating or having better pay for our teachers, or putting more money into different programs that will help students maybe explore what they want to study, what they want to do, and even basic things like how do you do your taxes. If you get out of school knowing the basic things like how do your taxes, there's other things instead of useless classes that we take. I think the American economy in general it would be a lot better. People would be more knowledgeable in exactly what it is, how money works, what it is that we need to do to get better in life. Because money doesn't buy happiness, but that's bullcrap. Money does buy happiness. It does at a certain point. If you need money, if you need
money does fulfill your needs and your wants, but the happiness in you, it's what you need to find, and it's not. It doesn't get back. But let me tell you, that's a good point, Jota. But I like the part that we have people that they want to stay where they are and they're stagnant. They like it. They want to do it that way. But what if I tell you that that's gonna go away because of technology? Amazon already has all groceries. They're all you just go in and grab your thing and go, and you don't have to.
You don't have to go to register.
Yeah, so they're gonna go away. And what did you tell them? Like, I'm sorry.
Learn to code. That's
coding.
That's a joke. If you guys know, like people were saying all these coal miners are getting out of jobs because coal mine is going out of business, and
Yeah.
it was a campaign that said learn to code and telling coal miners, like 60-year-old coal miners, to learn to code. So they took it pretty bad.
Yeah, and nothing wrong with technology. Technology is awesome, makes our
It's
lives
great.
happier, but it is taking people's jobs. Yeah,
But this podcast is brought to you by technology.
yeah, it is. Thank you.
Thank you, technology.
So,
No, you-
Thank you, technology, for the sprites.
yeah.
so like with the argument, then I'm kind of gonna veer off topic here because I did want to discuss this at some point.
Don't veer off.
No, like you mentioned coal miners and how they're losing their jobs and all of that, right? They're saying that we're going to lose like 300 million jobs
Okay.
Oh, Lord.
from the
Due
coal,
to
from us shutting
Oh.
down the coals or something, right?
Yeah.
300 million?
No, 300,000. I
Okay.
think that's 300.
Yeah.
But with like if the United States actually used our money, our taxes, to go into funding renewable energy, wind power, solar power, anything like that, it would actually create like triple the amount of jobs. And it's not I have to go to school to study. To be, it's like as much education as it needs to be a coal miner is all it needs to be in solar power or in these renewable sources. So I mean that's honestly something else that we kind of have to consider. It's not just the money going to other people who need it; it's going into other stuff. That do we really need it? Like eventually, coal's gonna run out, and then when that rolls out, what are we gonna do?
You're thinking about. So I think what you're trying to say is like, and I heard this story. It was a post that they said, why are we spending billions of dollars sending people to the moon so that they can bring back one tiny little rock?
Mm-hmm.
And like when you think about it that way, it kind of makes sense. Like we just spent $70 billion to take to go to the moon or Mars, whatever.
Yeah.
But that $70 billion is also created jobs. It also generated a lot. Maybe there's a building.
American jobs.
Yeah, American jobs, and so and it
Homegrown.
Yeah.
homegrown jobs here in America. So it's like a double whammy. We're advancing in science, which is search for maybe other life out there and maybe some
other resources,
Other home.
technologies
The cure
that
to
get
cancer.
developed. Yes, anything, and then aside from that, all the other lesser I guess more. What would you call it? Like the scientific jobs, but like normal jobs where it'd be like construction workers, that need to build that.
Yeah, the foundation jobs.
Yeah, so, and that also brings a lot to the economy in that place where they're building, like Amazon did here
with Arlington,
Arlington,
or is doing to Arlington.
well, what is
It is.
happening? So I think we also kind of have to remember that that it's not just about, if we're talking about the U.S., it's not just about the military, because that's like the biggest budget, right? We have
Yeah.
the military. So maybe not so much just the military. We could focus on science.
So like real quick, I found out that if the U.S. government gives 10% of the military budget to NASA, we would have a international space station where it would like rotate to kind of give it artificial gravity.
Yeah.
And people could literally live there for years without ever having to come down to Earth with only 10% of freaking the military budget.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
What's
Another place that they can tap into is churches. If they just start taxing churches, like I honestly don't understand why churches don't pay taxes.
They
Churches,
don't?
they don't pay
Yeah,
taxes.
they're exempt.
If they just tax them like 5%, like the amount, how many churches do we see around here? How much money do they generate? I know this is like a different topic, but still, it kind of comes with like where the money is going, and there's an imbalance of where the money is at.
Yeah.
Just like there's an imbalance of like the rich people that control the world or control maybe the
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 top
United.
1%.
Exactly. So what do we do with those people? Like how do we control that? Should we tax them more? Should we enforce them to generate like jobs or there? So there was a post that I saw that said that in the pandemic they made it's like five billionaires.
Yeah.
I forget the names now because it's a list. They all got combined like $39 billion altogether. And how much did they donate or did they invest on people? It's like 0.0 something percent. All of them 0.0 something. It's something.
Yeah.
Right.
But imagine if they were taxed like we are taxed. Of the money that we get, how much do we pay? I mean, honestly, I'm asking, how much do we pay in taxes?
From this study that I was
What's the percentage?
from the study I was reading, that was one of the two ways of opportunity to like be able to sustain this program, to actually tax the rich.
The UBI.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
that was one of the ways to have it being used and being money coming from, and other way was to like take out those agencies that they're not working perfectly to the citizens. Yeah.
Yeah, remove the military. We don't need them.
Yeah. No. I'm talking about the welfare agency.
Oh,
yeah.
welfare
Yeah.
agency. Oh, got it.
No, I'm gonna be bluntly honest, guys. I don't think the U.S. ever gonna, well, hopefully in the future, but they're not gonna diminish their military.
I mean, if you think about it, when they go to the budget meeting, who's got the guns? The military. We need 80% of the budget. Give it to us. Everybody says yes.
I don't think so, but
But
yeah, I don't.
I don't think so.
I don't think they go to meetings like that. But
They do.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'm kidding, man.
Well,
There's
They
a
don't
budget
go with
meetings.
the guns, though.
no,
I'm
obviously
just
not with their
joking
guns.
about that, but no, I mean they have to talk about like the budget and how they budget. I don't know how it
Yeah.
works. It's very complicated. I can only
Yeah.
assume, but yeah, I think what that makes a great point is like where where the money is allocated, and that's right. That's
Yeah.
one way to like
Yeah.
fund like UBI. Another thing I think I was talking about, not talking about, I was thinking about was universal healthcare, right?
Yes.
So that's another thing that kind of goes back to the same thing. Like, how can we fund that? Where can we get the money from? And you're thinking about like billions of dollars that would just go into UBI, right? Because if in Korea, I think they were calculating $430, right, annually for everybody. That's what they were going to give them, right? That is equivalent to $23 billion for the amount of people that they had, or something like that. Is the number that they calculated.
Wait, $430 annually?
Yeah, that's the initial support, and then that for every person that they have, it equated to $23 billion.
Okay.
It's happening now. They're doing it.
Yeah, and then their projected plan was by 2029. I don't know if I said this already on the podcast or not, but they're gonna hopefully do $430 monthly, which would equate to $200 and something billion
Yeah.
a year.
No, it's bad.
You know what I mean? It's not chump change, right? We're talking about a large amount of money,
Yeah.
but if we tax properly, right? Everybody, I don't know everybody equally, but like taxes come from the right places at the right amounts, and then also like take budgets away from money away from percentages from certain areas that don't necessarily need it, or
they're not working.
And then move it to that, because that's another thing we were saying is like they're closing down like agencies that are not, like maybe like food banks or things that they're not going to need, because you now have income that's coming in. You shouldn't be relying on the government to get food, because now you have the money. Go out and buy it, use it properly, and then if you don't, then you die, right? Because you're not eating.
I like it. No, I like that.
Let's do that.
I mean, in a way, I like your idea.
My idea. Oh no.
No, and in a way, I feel that, and I want you to understand this: the UBI is not the answer to all of our problems, but it is a solution.
An option.
And I don't think we're gonna see it anytime on our lifetime. I hope
In the United States, you mean, or just in general?
In general, the whole world. Because
Korea is doing it.
I mean, I'm sorry, like overall the whole
South
world.
Korea.
No, the
It's not going to
Like
become
the
like
entire,
an
global
accepted-
global. There you go. Something global. I will, it would be nice to see that, and if I were alive to it. But
so the thing is, I mean, I was gonna say something, but
go ahead.
So
It's your podcast.
Like, no, I was gonna say like. Why does it matter if China does it? Why does it matter if Australia does it? Why does it matter if Bolivia does it? Like, you're not there. It does not affect you in any way. No, and maybe that's the wrong thinking, right? Because I'm thinking individually. I'm talking about like, I'm not in that country. It does not affect me. What affects me is what the United States does today, right? If I move back to Bolivia, what Bolivia does, right? But you're right. But I'm thinking about that's why I didn't want to say this. But like, it goes back to like if we care only about us, right, and we're not thinking about what Australia or what Cambodia or whatever other country is doing, right? So we shouldn't, like, it'd be like me coming over to your house and say, please don't eat bananas, right? Eat only apples, right? And I mean, that's how I feel about it, because like, if you choose to do whatever you choose to do with the government and it's working, right? Whatever it is, capitalism, socialism, right? Even though I don't agree with like communism and things like that, if it, and some people like it, some people, even with the people that are within that country, some people like it, some people don't, right? And maybe it's people that are doing well that like it, and people that are not doing well don't like it. But at the same time, it's like, we're looking at it from that as like, why is it that we all want that everybody do the same thing that we do? Like, why is it necessary for everyone in the world to buy into UBI? That's my question.
Oh, no, that's right. Well, I mean, let's ask this question. Why is South Korea putting it in? Why they put in UBI? I mean, and right now, they're not a broke country. They're
they're one of the.
But I think they're doing it. They're doing it because of the pandemic. What I read on the article, the pandemic is what's driving this. There was a lot of push before, but nobody bought into it because
there was no need.
They didn't see it. They didn't see a benefit. But now everybody is becoming more affected, right? But if we hopefully go back to normal, would you need, like, why do you need it, right? The supporters are only supporting because now I'm out of a job. Now I see the benefits of it. But at the same time, like, if things go back to normal, maybe you won't need it anymore. And then will you still be in support of that? I don't know. I mean, maybe because maybe you'll see the benefits of it. But Korea, there are government officials in Korea that are thinking about it. Are looking to, like I said, in 2029 expand the amount that they receive or they provide to their
the frequency,
so to monthly as opposed to yearly, which is great, right? For I don't know how much $430 does over there. How long does it last you and what it buys you? But that's what they're planning to do monthly.
Buys you love. No, I'm just joking.
What?
So I mean, right now with the way things are doing in the United States with the stimulus checks, when Trump first gave, when he was president, $1,200, right? My first thought is he's just trying to buy the American vote. That was my initial thought, because I mean the pandemic didn't really affect me at that time.
Yes.
Well, I mean it didn't really affect me at all, but thankfully, but I saw. From where I work, I saw people who were affected by it. And I was just, okay, maybe he's not trying to buy the vote. Maybe he's genuinely trying to help people. And then Biden came into office, and then he just recently approved the $1.9 trillion?
Something like that.
Yeah, 3 point something. I think it's
1.9 trillion bill, which would give Americans effectively $1,400 in stimulus check, and then the rest would go into welfare projects, housing, that kind of stuff, for COVID relief. And again, my first instinct was this time it wasn't actually he's trying to buy the vote. I'm like, wow, this guy really cares. But I mean, what was the difference?
The Democratic Party.
Exactly. So it's a matter of what we decide to do with that money. Am I going to use that money? I didn't. Am I going to use that money effectively, put it into a future fund or anything like that?
GME stocks or
invest into CD.
Exactly.
Robin Hood.
Or am I just going to blow it on a PlayStation 5, which is effectively what I did. And so one of the things that I'm pretty sure this happened with, not a lot of people, but this happened with people. They took that money and they put it in either stocks or they went to Vegas and they gambled it away. Is that a good use of the money? No. Is it better than what I did? If they won, maybe. But if they lost, no.
Yeah, because you ain't going to see no money from the PlayStation 5.
Exactly. Just joy.
Unless you become a gaming girl.
A streamer. A gaming girl.
Get double Ds and you're like, I'm a girl now.
No, but like then, so then if we were to buy into this universal, what was it? UBI?
Universal Basic Income.
Yeah, if we were to buy into that, I mean, I do see where people would genuinely try to better their lives. And then you also see the reverse side where people take advantage of that, don't decide to work. Then I'm stuck paying that
Is it a gamble then? You think it's a gamble? That's how I see it. That's how I see it. You're gambling on the people because I think that's what you said earlier.
Yeah.
Right? You're gambling and you're hoping that they're going to make the right decision. Right? You're hoping. We
Give
don't
them a
know.
chance.
We give them a chance, but it's a gamble.
So
It is.
Right? Because if they don't, and I'm sorry, I'm cutting you off, but yeah, go ahead.
no, so I'm gonna fix the entire U.S. economy right now. I'm
Go
joking.
ahead.
Okay, let's see it.
If we buy into the universal basic income,
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
goddamn, I thought that was a person. No, if we buy into the universal
You're not a
basic
person.
income, we see that Americans are using it like effectively,
Mhm.
then good, great. Let's keep doing it. But if it comes to the point where they're not, I mean, I'm not saying we pull it away because some people, mainly high school students who are going into college, they're going to need that. Restrict it up to a certain age. So like after how long is college for most people? Generally, it's 4 years.
4 years.
They say it's 4 years, but most people graduate in 5 or 6.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If it's after those 6 years, they're not doing anything. Why would the government need to continue to fund those people? So at that point, it's kind of like a trust fund. You're cut off until you do something good with your
But
life.
isn't that like money that everybody else is getting anyway? Because that's the idea of it. Whether you are at school or not, I could already be working. I could already be a billionaire.
Huh.
I should still receive the $430 if I understand this correctly. Is that right? Am I wrong?
That's.
I didn't
Well,
research like this
that's-
before you
is
guys.
that
I mean that's the whole point of it.
Right.
It is.
Everybody,
every citizen,
anybody,
Yeah.
everybody. Even if you make $1 million or make
Yeah.
5 cents,
Even Donald Trump.
even Donald Trump.
So that's what I'm saying. So like everybody gets it, whether you're in school or not. So I think what you're trying, I think it's a good idea, like to like put stipulations and like regulations on how do you
Yeah.
control it. But I think that's the problem because there are already platforms, there are already like things that are in place today
True.
to help people.
Mhm.
But why are they not working? Because people found loopholes and they're taking advantage of it. That's exactly what it is, right? We have Medicare, we have Medicaid, we have welfare.
Obamacare.
There's a lot of people.
I mean, that's new.
there's a lot of people that are taking advantage of the system, and and it's not easy to get welfare, right? Because you have to apply every week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to apply every week. And you
Oh,
have,
what?
yeah.
I found that out last week.
And not only that, but you also have to continue to apply for jobs. And if you cannot prove
Yep.
that, they will not fund you. So it's not
Yeah.
an easy thing. But there's people that are taking advantage of the system,
They find
even
a
when
loophole.
it's hard.
Yeah.
You know, how do you make it harder and still help the people that really need it? That's the thing that it's easy for us to come around here and like just think that we can answer this, or at least
True.
like hypothesize that is a very thing. You know, it isn't
Yeah.
because what is good for you is not good for me.
Hmm.
And that's going to be that's the bottom line. Right? When you come to the table with 10, 20 people, 100 people, right? Because senators, the people that decide,
Yes.
that's where the problem is going to be, right? What he thinks, what Nevada thinks is not going to be the same thing that Washington wants. It's not going to be the same thing that Los Angeles and Florida want. You know what I mean?
It's true.
Yeah,
Or
that's-
California is Los Angeles, right? Whatever the state is, right?
You got it right the first time. Los Angeles.
So whatever the state, right?
Yes.
So that's what it is, right? You come down to the table and because unless somebody comes and takes absolute power and says, no matter, I don't care what you think, right? I'm a communist and I take over and I say whatever I say goes. That's the only way that everybody agrees,
Yeah.
right?
That's true.
Yeah, that's-
Because when you give people options, what works for you doesn't work for me all the time. Sometimes we can be nice and we can play nice and like, okay, I'll do what you say here, but then you have to do what I say on this other topic.
Hmm.
Right? Whether it's like UBI and now let's talk about welfare. Let's talk about healthcare.
Yeah.
Right? Maybe you don't like healthcare for everybody, but I do. I'm gonna support you in this right here, right? We're gonna give people income, a basic income, but then you support me in
Permanent
here,
healthcare. Yeah.
right? Because, I think that's. I mean, I don't know. What do you guys think? I think that's the basic problem that I see with all of this, right? Trying to get everybody to agree. It's easier done when it's in a communist environment setting because whatever the government says goes. You have
you're
no
right.
say.
Yeah.
So do you guys think this is sounding like socialism?
I think so.
I think.
Is what's socialism though? Is that a bad thing? Like I'm honestly asking the question.
Armando, he is no.
I can look it up.
Yeah, look it up because from my understanding, so socialism is when, so I think of Biden, not Biden, Bernie
Bernie.
Sanders, like
Feel the
extreme,
burn.
where like they just want to take the money from the rich and give it to the poor, kind of thing, right? Which is too extreme if we're being realistic. But and then communism is when everybody gets
The
whatever. So just like Cuba, for instance, a doctor and a taxi driver will make the exact same amount of money because everybody's equal to
Yeah.
them. And that doesn't work, obviously, if we're looking at Cuba. And
So
And
let
Russia.
me
How about
read
Russia though?
let me read you
Or North
socialism.
Korea.
Hi,
it work
he's
already?
got the
It says
he's got documentation.
Socialism.
a political and economic theory of social organization which advocates that the means of production, distribution, and exchange should be owned or regulated by the community as a whole.
So the people have the say.
Yeah,
Sounds a lot like
that's democracy, isn't it? Sounds-
Is it? But no, because the people that are elected by the people are the ones that make the laws.
Oh, yeah.
That's the difference, right?
Mhm.
You elect someone to represent you,
Yeah.
and whether they agree with what they're saying or not, they could backstab you. Oh, I'm going to do this, and then they go over there and then say the complete opposite,
Mhm.
right? They could do that. I mean, not usually they don't do that, but sometimes they do. But
most times.
so, so socialism, I think. But I think that's the hard thing, because how do you make it so that the plan that we have
Mm-hmm.
works for everybody? And I
It's
don't think we can. I don't think it can be done. I say we, like I'm gonna make it happen, but
Yeah, like Obama for president 2024.
There
no,
it comes.
I don't think it can be done by any organization. I mean, communism. That's another, like, does it work? Is there, right? It doesn't.
Oh,
some
yeah.
people really like it. I saw it completely
Communism?
off topic, but it was a sniper documentary about a sniper in the Ukraine. I forget, they're fighting Russian. I forget exactly the details, but they were like asking him, and he was like, they hated America. Obviously, their brains are washed, but they were saying, this is why communism is great. This is why communism works, and like here it works, but like America, and they kept on talking about America, like they were talking about America like we talk about Russia, like or like we talk about Cuba. Like, oh, that's broken. It doesn't work, but I mean. It's hard. It's hard to make it work. It's hard to make any kind of democracy. I think is the closest thing to like perfect that we have. But there's obviously broken things. Actually, Ramel, my buddy, Boom 3K commented a solution. He said, "Why? That's why we have food stamps," which is a good point. We do. That's a source of maybe providing people who, food. Like here's credits so you can buy food. We've used food stamps. I think
when we first came, my
parents
did. My parents did. So, and the funny thing you said that, because now, like,
But where did the food stamps only work down?
at the grocery store for food,
Where exactly?
What do you mean?
any grocery store,
No,
Giant,
Giant. only.
Safeway.
I believe it's only Giant
No,
and
no, no.
Safeway. The big change.
The big
there's a
change?
big
Yeah,
change. There's a
so-
big change. So
and-
I'll tell you, because I know from professional experience. Okay, so Romario goes to Braddock Elementary. Braddock Elementary is considered a low-income section school, or whatever.
Yeah.
Right? That means that the population that goes to that school has low-income family. The majority of the population, right? Thankfully, we don't. But everybody that's in that school gets free lunch. Everybody that gets in that school gets a card from the government saying that that you can buy food with it.
Yeah.
Because of the pandemic, I think they started doing that. So we got that card, and we used it. But like, do we need it? Not necessarily, right? I'm not saying that I don't welcome it, and I don't want to like bash the government decision makers that decided that, because it's true. A lot of people that live around here have that difficulty and need that money.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like that money is sitting there for most of the time because I don't use it. Right? It is not being utilized, and I could use it anywhere I want, as long as it's food items.
Mhm.
Otherwise, they will not work. I don't know how they restrict. I think maybe barcodes. I don't know how they restrict it, but you can only use it for food items. And it's only like the essential stuff. Like, you can't be buying like meals. Oh, let me go get
40
steaks.
ounces.
Let me get this ribeye steak real quick. But I mean, I guess you could. I don't know. I don't think that there's a restriction because it's still meat. But
That's a good point though, because, and I guess going back to the universal basic income, and I know that there are people, and usually rich people do this. They have scholarships, right? Because I think that one of the great ways to give back to the community is to have these programs that help. Instead of maybe giving people like a basic income, have these programs where, like, okay, you want to get better, school is free, or like, here's a scholarship, you get good grades, and all you have to do is apply and go through, maybe submit some paperwork, but to kind of how do you say, weed out Can you guys tell I'm hungry? Feed us. Can you weed out the people who just want an experience or whatever?
Yeah.
But imagine that people having that opportunity. We already have that. The issue comes with people not trying, right? Not looking for these opportunities too. Because we've all heard of scholarships if you're left-handed. Scholarships if you wear glasses.
Being a twin,
if you're a twin. Yeah, I've heard so many of these.
Yeah.
But how many have applied? Zero. Why? Because we're not looking for it. But why are we not? Like people sometimes want to be spoon-fed. They want to be fed.
I got some scholarships when I was in high school to go to college, but the way I looked at it when I was then, I looked at it as like the rich people are just like putting the money there, like make all these kids fight for it. Basically, that's the way I thought of it. I was like, yeah, they're just like feeding us their whatever, and like, go ahead, fight for it, guys. Whoever gets the best, and it's not like everyone gets it.
So would you think having free higher level education is the answer?
Yes, sir.
I mean, I'm all for that because I have kids, and they're gonna go to college, and if they save me money later down the line, and I could use it for on a car or whatever, I'm all for. We started college funds and things like that, but I'm all for college. But then it goes back to the same question: it's like, where is that money coming from? How do we benefit? How do we? I think that may be a little bit, because then you can have tests, and you can say like if you're keeping up your grades, like Jota said, right? Yeah. Keep up your grades, and you're not flunking, then you continue to get the funding for your college tuition, as opposed to just like having to pay for it, and then not everybody gets the opportunity because not everybody has the money to fund that. There are scholarship programs. Not everybody knows about them. Not everybody can apply with them because they have barriers for
immigration status.
Immigration status. Also, our parents never went to school in the United States, so they didn't know. They didn't know. They couldn't help us when we were trying to apply. There was we had to look for those on our own. We didn't know either. We're already it's not necessarily. It's already at least to me, it was already a overwhelming process, like going to college, right?
Yeah,
and then you're like trying to figure out what else can I do.
And you're pressure.
Yeah, and then you just do what it's like, okay, whatever. I'll pay for it later. That's the easiest thing. Apply for the financial aid and then
pay for it later.
Pay for it later with interest.
Yeah,
and which we did, right? Well, now we paid, but could it have been easier? Could we have been better off with that money being saved and then applied to somewhere else? Some people will apply it properly and then do whatever they buy a house, buy whatever it is that you need, but other people maybe won't. But it goes back to why? Because some people are not doing the right thing. Should we all pay for it? But that is one of the things that I definitely agree. Free higher level education, I think, is one of the things that I support. Because I think it levels the playing field for most people.
Let me ask you this: do you think the system failed your parents? Of not properly educating them about your opportunities?
I don't think so, and I'll tell you why.
Okay.
Because I think my parents didn't have the time to investigate.
Yeah.
They're more worried about putting food on our table, right? Yeah. They're new to this country. They don't know the language. Yeah. They're learning how to get through the complications of getting a driver's license. Yeah. I don't know the language. I need to get a driver's license to get a job. Yeah. Right? I need to get a job. Becoming a permanent resident legal, those are things that are not easy to do when you don't know, right? And then there was probably opportunities for them to go to school, follow up with counselors, and get information about how can I help my kid do better, right?
PTA meetings.
Be more successful. But they couldn't attend. That was not a priority at the time.
Because it was time.
It takes time away from whatever they needed to do, which was put food on the table.
That's right.
But at the same time, I'm looking at it now. I'm a parent now. I have 2 children. Yeah. I have the same opportunities. Am I taking advantage of all of them? Not really. I'm thankful that Nella is there. She's more tapped into that. She does all of that. She comes. She is attending all of the meetings. She tries to do that. One of us has to, right? And then sometimes she says, "I need to do this because I can't," or whatever, and I have to do it. But it's for the benefit of that. I think there are things out there for kids and their parents to be informed and take advantage of it. Yep. It is not like it's not there.
Well, all those things you brought in, guys, healthcare, food, education. I've not gone through my lifetime here in the United States that I have not heard a complaint about those three systems, and because they don't work. I'm not saying we should take them away and replace them with UBI, but there is still people out there that don't have food because the system's not working. There's people out there that are not having the education they need because of the system. And healthcare, you probably should know as well. There's people there that they're not getting, their actual healthcare they need to. They're not getting the help that they need to do so. So,
And do you think that's because the government's not providing the help?
No, the system.
What's the system?
So
who's
so whoever set up
the government?
There you go. Basically, yeah.
So the government.
We have to replace it with something. So let's say let's say your car broke down. You're gonna replace it with something, right? You're gonna replace the car, so something's going on. You're not gonna keep. Okay, but I mean, okay. Let's say your tire goes flat, right?
Sure.
Are you gonna replace it or keep running on the tire?
I'm broke, man.
So you're gonna keep running your tire until it's like metal.
I mean,
would you? No.
If you don't wait. So the question is, if I have money or what?
No, if your tire goes flat.
That's his question. Are you rich? Should he get in now?
So if my tire is flat, I stop and change it if I have a spare. Right?
There you go.
Do you have a spare now?
No.
Do we have a spare?
Well, there has to be solutions out there, right? There has to be a way to replace those things.
But going back to your analogy,
you have to have something to change it with, right? And I don't think we have that right now. And even if we did, there's complaints. I mean, you firsthand know what it means because of where we work. Remember when our mobile app got updated?
Yeah.
You know how many you stayed till freaking 8:00 because people were complaining, "Oh, my bill pay doesn't work," or "I don't know how to use this now." You did that from freaking 9 to 8 for almost 2 weeks straight.
Yeah.
Like, now that's just with the small credit union with about, 300,000 members. Imagine it being that nationwide.
Just look at Obamacare.
Yeah.
But
it literally crashed within its first day.
Yeah,
so, I mean, like,
but to that point, is better? Is it better now? Our app is way better now than before.
It's true.
It did go through that change and problem and headache and coworkers overworked and people were angry.
There's still issues.
But it's a lot better. It's more advanced than what it was before.
Yes, that's very true.
So it betters people's life right now because people don't come in anymore as they used to because they can do so much stuff
on
with
their
technology.
Phone. Yeah.
So imagine if we stayed back there then. Imagine like how backwards we would be on that and be so much headache for people out there. Like, oh, why aren't we like putting this new technology in? Why you guys are advancing? Why aren't you guys changing with the times?
It's true.
Yeah.
It can't. What I'm trying to get to is it can't be a forced change. It can't be an instant change. Yeah. We have to kind of. And I hate to put this out there, but Social Security, eventually that's going to run out.
Don't scare me like this, Daniel.
We're young. We're young. We're saving now for our retirement. Well, I hope we're saving for our retirement. But
I hope.
Yeah,
401k.
But yeah, like your 401k. Okay, so that's a perfect example of a policy that didn't work. And let me go into that. So the 401k wasn't meant to replace pension. Working at a factory, working at your job, it was it was law for your company to provide you a pension so that when it came to your retiring at age 65 or whatever, you would have that money coming in and you've saved up for it. You're working, you've worked for it. Yeah. Now you can just kind of relax, die of old age at 66. No, I'm just joking. But then the government came up with the 401k plan, and businesses and companies kind of took it in a different direction. The 401k was supposed to be added on to the pension because the pension was clearly not enough to support people living past 60 or 70, living past 80. People now are living more towards 90 and 100 years of age before they finally die, before they pass away. Mm-hmm. So because of the 401k, companies took it as, okay, we can give you the pension or the 401k, which saves me more money, the 401k. and very few companies, very few places still offer the pension.
Yeah.
Government companies such as like the police forces, the firefighters, government agencies, they offer the pension on top of the 401k. But businesses like Apple, they don't. They're not going to offer you a pension.
Yeah.
They're going to give you the 401k because that saves them money in the long run.
Every time you say pension, I think of penthouse.
I mean, because majority of these businesses have people out there advocating for that, and they're. I mean, it is. I mean, you get. That's what businesses do, and a lot of CEOs they're trying to protect their money, and the less they can pay you,
Jeff Bezos did that.
the best they can pay you, the best for them. Yeah. And it's fortunate, I'll give them props. They work hard too for their money, but
You give them props. But
Yeah, I mean,
but
props to you guys out there.
Mr. Bezos.
yeah, I mean, because Steve Jobs, they worked their ass off from their companies, but
from the garage up.
yeah, but it does come to a point where you're like, okay, you gotta give some back.
You gotta give some back because
because of taxes.
no. Why do you have to give some back? If you worked hard so hard for something, why do you have to give some back? That's my basic question.
I don't think it's giving back. I think it's just being fair.
Yes,
Like,
sorry. Yeah.
If you're,
Bad
I mean,
use, bad
you can give back by being fair in how you're being taxed.
Yeah.
And if that tax that you're getting paid, for instance, goes into an organization or a program that would perhaps help people who need, who are looking for higher education to have a better life, I think that's a reasonable
Yeah.
excuse,
So,
Go ahead.
And to be honest, most of their successful or rich, if you may, they put a image out there that they're very helpful.
They have foundations.
Yes,
To help with medical research. To help with
compared to what they
scholarships.
could actually give,
which is
their foundations are not like
they're self-serve.
yeah. Well, but and most of the times those foundations are this is just my opinion, and that those foundations are just basically a minuscule of whatever they could actually give back to the communities.
Yeah.
So you're saying that like their foundation, and I think a lot of times the foundation is also used as a tax the tax evasion.
Deduction, yeah.
Right. So I mean I get it, but I don't know. Again, I think it might look like I like to take care of myself too much, but that's not what I'm looking. I'm just trying to be the devil's advocate, right? Because like if you tomorrow started making the same amount of money, like are you like saying that tomorrow you would give 50% of what you make to help everybody else? Is that what you're saying?
Well, to go back to what Jota said, is to be the fair. What's fair?
So who? That's the thing,
Yeah.
dude.
Who decides who's fair?
How do you label that? Like who labels that? Do you label that as the person that's making the income or the government?
Wait, he wanted to say something.
I mean, I think fair is fair. So if we get like we make $100,000 a year, and we pay like I don't know 10% taxes. Does that sound reasonable?
Yeah.
Sure.
Right. And that
I think it's
15%.
yeah, let's just say 10%.
Okay.
And then you see companies like Amazon and all. Sure, they're not doing anything illegal. They're being smart. Maybe there's a loophole.
Yeah.
They're not paying any taxes. So that to me that is not fair. I mean, they should at least pay either the same amount that we pay, right? Because if because their excuse is why are they not paying any money, and because they're generating jobs and they're stimulating the economy. That's right. Okay. That's one of the reasons that they get paid less, and like all these other loopholes that I have no knowledge of. I mean, I do look up and then people say, "Oh, this is how you can avoid taxes. This is how rich people can avoid taxes." But how do we really know how they avoid taxes?
Yeah.
So I think if every rich person is held accountable for, okay, you're making this much. It doesn't matter whether you're the money that you make, you're just fueling it back into your company. That you still made a certain amount of money, and of that amount of money, you need to pay those taxes.
Yeah,
it's just as simple as that. I think.
So that's actually something that what's his face, Mark Zuckerberg, the CEO for Facebook, did. He kind of donated a large portion of his company's shares to a company that he owned, kind of so he could avoid paying taxes.
Yes.
So
I don't think Mark came up with that. He probably his accountant, his lawyer.
So, yeah, someone probably. I'm not.
He's like, let me come up with this.
Well, I mean, Mark Zuckerberg lives in a house no bigger than ours.
Yes.
Well, maybe a little bit bigger than ours, but it's not like a freaking mansion. He wears the same clothes that I wear.
Is that also another way to like save money? Like, right? Like if you're
Do
making,
you need a Gucci bag?
do you need a Gucci
Exactly.
bag? Do you
Evelyn?
need a Lamborghini?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Louis Vuitton.
She's got a Versace.
No, but so like, I mean, there's to a point where having like in the movie Forrest Gump, Forrest's mom says to him, "There's only so much money a man can have, and then the rest is for showing off." Do you really need to be a billionaire?
No.
Do you a millionaire? Sure, like you've earned it, right? But like, you have to. It has to be fair. You can't be evading taxes with all these loopholes. Like I saw this somewhere. People who buy artwork, right?
Oh yeah, I've heard of that.
Yeah, they set the price for that artwork, and then that can be counted as a deduction on their taxes when they donate it to a museum.
Yes,
If they donate
what it
that
is.
one to a museum, say they paid just $10,000. This is an example, right? And now they're saying this painting is worth this amount of money, but I don't really look at it anymore. I don't really like it anymore. They can use that, give it to a museum, and put that on their taxes. This is a tax deduction. So they paid $10,000 in taxes to an art museum. That's evading paying taxes. That's not paying your taxes.
Yes.
It's an idiotic system. It's a loophole in the system that majority of rich people take advantage of.
And to your point, Daniel, and the fact that a lot of businesses do that is because one day they want to keep their money, and let's say think about what I just said, to keep things fair, right? But some people see it as like you're forcing me, and this is not what democracy is about. You know, you want me to be same as the other one, so you want to keep this. Yeah, basically, think about it like they think about it that you're changing their ways, and they fight back. I heard about like nowadays different companies are trying to use ways to brainwash people so they can be on their side. At the end of the day, democracy, it is about the people.
It's mob rule.
And you can also see it from the results from this election and how things have changed on the Senate. But yeah, because I thought we were I'm sorry, I'm not gonna say that I'm looking one side or another, but I thought Republicans were gonna win. To be honest, that's my thought. But there's actually people out there putting out the word and getting people to vote. So it was great. That's something amazing.
It was a great turnout this year.
And that's great. We got people out of their house to go do that.
Risk their lives to go vote.
Even with the pandemic.
Yeah.
It's your civic duty. So, I mean, you have to be...
It's your Civic, your Honda Civic.
Like, no, for me,
Camry.
I always go out to vote, even if it's something... Like, one time I went to go vote for a Republican primary.
Even if it's American Idol.
Yeah, I always vote for American Idol. No, but I mean, like, for like government stuff, come on, guys. Like, for government officials. I went to vote for a Republican primary, right?
Mm-hmm.
And...
Wait, don't you have to be part of the party?
Really?
Really?
No.
Oh wow.
How are they going to know what party I'm in, right? Are they going to ask me? Right?
They asked me one time.
Well, I mean,
finish this.
They'll ask you, but I mean, like, so this is what happened. I walk in, and it's a bunch of older people, white.
Okay.
And they all look at me like, what is he doing here? Like, is he lost? Does he go to school here?
Sir, the Home Depot is that way.
but like they so I give them my ID, and they're like, this is for the Republican primary, and I'm like, yeah, I know. So I voted, I got the sticker, and I posted it on Facebook.
Wow.
I'm not a Republican, but I feel like
You're just like one of those people who go to Costco and the samples, they give out the samples for like, you're like coming back with like a different costume, like a little mustache. You're just so happy to get free samples.
It's a sticker. It's my civic duty to go vote, and
you can vote for everything.
Yeah, and
or anything.
For those of you who don't know, Daniel off the record told us that he gets a boner whenever he thinks of
that's not
voting.
true.
Yeah, he does. He
That's
told
not-
us.
no, I didn't know. Why would I tell you that?
Okay, you didn't say that, but you said that you really love voting.
I do love voting
What?
because I have the right to vote. Someone who doesn't have papers can't vote. Maybe they might want to vote, but they can't.
Yeah.
I can vote, so why can't I be proud of the fact that I can vote?
But for Republican, you don't even like them.
I don't. That's why I picked the candidate who would most likely come out to be a Democrat or side with Democratic policies. That's what I'm thinking about. I'm not just going to vote, I'll pick this one just because. No.
He's being tactical. I'm like,
Yeah.
So
You're
weekend
blindsiding.
So like no, but even stuff like when I posted on social media, when you got the COVID vaccine, I didn't take a picture of it, and after I got the COVID vaccine, I saw on social media that they're saying, yeah, you should post the picture of you getting the COVID vaccine because that encourages more people to go out and get the COVID vaccine.
Yeah.
Show that it's an okay thing to get. Thankfully, I didn't get any side effects. Ronald, I think you got a few side effects, but it was like
regular.
for 2 hours or something.
Just about one night. But yeah, I mean, I think you when it comes to the COVID vaccine, yes, we should encourage it, but at the same time, we should respect that people don't.
Yeah,
want to
of
take
course.
it.
Yeah.
Because there's legitimate reasons why you shouldn't take it,
yeah.
right? Why one would decide not to take it, right? It's whatever, and
Respect.
I do encourage people to take it. I did it, right? And that's also why I didn't post it, because I saw people posting it because they're encouraging. It's great.
Yeah.
I think if you feel comfortable encouraging people, yes, definitely do it. I encourage you, and I'm telling you that on the podcast. But I don't post a lot of things on Facebook. I mean, now I do more because I'm
Memes.
trying to promote the
Sweet.
podcast.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think let's go back to
Tax.
UBI,
Yeah.
universal healthcare, and then also what was the other thing? Socialism, but also what's the other thing? Free tuition,
Yeah.
right? Free
Yeah.
tuition. I think all of those. Let's go around the table. What do you guys? Which out of all three, which ones do you agree with or disagree? Let's go there. Go ahead.
So I agree with the healthcare and obviously the free tuition. When I say the healthcare, I'm thinking of people like mom and dad. They're older.
So you don't need it.
I don't need it.
For young people, you would say no, they don't need it.
Yeah, for young people, I mean, is it really? I mean, unless you have some illness, then yeah, for the love of God, get it. But for someone like me, I'm in not great shape, but
Daniel, there's a camera here.
Yeah, there is. Hello.
Don't lie to our viewers, okay? You're not in great shape.
I'm not in great physical shape, but
Don't forget we're live today.
I'm not in great physical shape. But I am I'm not. I don't have diabetes. I don't have liver disease. I don't have
that we know of.
Yeah, you don't go to the doctor. You're Latino.
That's true. I go to the doctor and
Do something.
then I find out I have some disease. I was like, damn it, I didn't have it yesterday because I went. I have it.
Yeah, you're stealing George Lopez's.
Yeah,
joke.
I know. Thank you for that.
No
Anyway,
problem.
but so that's what I think about healthcare. I think about people who are older who may need it. I'm not thinking about Armando, Macho, you, or me, or Evelyn. You guys, we're all young. We're all healthy, thankfully.
But see, this is the thing. I think you're not realizing that in order for you to save money for the government when it comes to healthcare,
Yeah.
you have to go to physicals. All of that needs to be covered. So you need it. All of us need to go. Because if we don't go, we're not going to catch a major illness at an early stage, and it's
That's
going
very
to be
true.
more expensive to take care of. So let's take the cost out of the question. It's going to be you could die, right? We need to take. I think that's one of the misconceptions, right? We all need to go to the doctor, and we don't. I don't, right? I started doing it when I started working at the hospital because it's covered. But even when it's covered, even when you pay for insurance, we don't do it. But you need to, because at some point you're going to have something that it could be
Cancerous.
It could be dangerous. It could be something. And if we look at it the financial ways, that's one of the things they say. That's why the insurances that you have, that you pay for, say, we're not going to charge you for your physical. Go get it done. Because they know that if you get it done, they at least know that you're healthy, and they're not gonna cost them money down the line. It's a kind of a selfish thing, but it works out.
It's
preventive care.
Yeah.
Is exactly it. And it's the same thing with your eyes, dental, all of that.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. They want you to take care of it ahead of time, so it's not costly at the end. But I'm sorry I interrupted you. But yeah,
No. That's a great point. But I'm thinking again of mom and dad.
yeah.
I don't
So
want
no
to.
UBI is what you're saying.
You said free tuition.
Yeah, I did say health and tuition because that's. I feel like all we really need.
That's
is-
the most necessities that you think.
Yeah, and the tuition one is mainly towards.
But just one. Pick one. He said one. Pick one.
Oh, you said one?
Then I would have to go with the healthcare because, I mean, it's not just mom and dad. It's a lot of older folks. It's a lot of people who definitely need it. Even again, people who don't have papers come to mind.
But they wouldn't benefit, though.
They don't benefit from that. So.
They don't?
No.
I thought universal healthcare was for everyone. That's why people go to Canada.
No.
To get
No.
surgeries.
Even there, you have to have a
Long-term.
permanent residency status.
Oh, that sucks.
If you go to Canada, they can't deny you emergency services.
Well, let's change that, Biden. I'm joking.
Yeah, how does that work, babe? Because in Argentina they have free universal health care. Me as a Bolivian or American citizen, I wouldn't be able to get that, or
No, anybody can.
anybody can get it.
But it's recommended not to.
There you go. Black that camera real quick, Dane.
So there is free healthcare in Argentina, from my knowledge, but it's not like the best reputation.
Mhm.
No.
A lot
But-
of them is students that are practicing. So yeah, the people who live there and who are middle class, higher class, they go to a private hospital.
But
Yeah.
like for instance, if I was to break a bone, like I play soccer, fall down, break my arm,
yeah,
I just need it to be taken care of. Like
you'll probably be there for a whole day.
okay, yeah, but I would still, as
Before you get
an
checked
American
out.
citizen
Yeah.
visiting, or as a Bolivian citizen, I would be able to get benefits from.
Yes, but you have to remember that it's free, right? So a lot of people go to get checked out. So even if you're an emergency, nothing guarantees you that you'll be seen right away, which is why a lot of people just prefer to go into like private hospitals or clinics.
Gotcha.
Cool. Thank you, Will.
Yeah.
So, but still, I mean,
Okay.
I think that
That's the most necessary
the
service that we need.
that's the
Healthcare.
high. In my opinion, that's the
Yeah.
highest thing that we need.
How about you, Armando?
Oh, okay. Come this way. Okay.
Yeah.
I would just pick one
I mean, if
pick one out of the three.
out of three.
UBI.
To implement.
To implement. To say, like, yeah, to
today.
say- yeah, to start
or-
like you say, okay, this is the one we're gonna roll out. We're gonna like plan it out and start moving forward with it.
Okay. Well, I can give you an answer, but I just want to ensure: is it today or in the future, or what?
So I'm gonna answer that with a question. Did you hear me? What? I just said today.
Oh,
But,
today.
Do you think it's gonna be something that happens like right now, like just boom, done? Biden made it happen. This is the problem. It ain't gonna happen like that. It's gonna take years, right?
It
It's
is,
gonna take
yeah.
however long it takes, but
Yeah.
it's gonna be the one that we're gonna move forward with.
Yeah.
Which
No.
one?
Yeah, I would say UBI.
UBI.
It should start looking into it because
Should start looking
like,
into it.
It's not like-
should take it serious more.
Yeah.
With the government and everything. But
Oh, the government should. Okay,
Yeah.
I got you.
Let me start my
Mm,
research.
because if you think about it now, and medicine is going more technological now. Actually, robots are making and doing
Yeah.
surgeries. Are doing. There's no
yeah.
more doctors.
But the doctors behind the scenes.
Yeah, but they're hoping that by in the future that they'll do it themselves
with AI.
because they do it more precisely than actual person.
of course.
Yeah.
Because they're machines and they're. Second one, more and more now education and probably is going out more technological. Now you do learn from maybe they have like AIs that they can actually teach you stuff, and you just watch videos, and that's gonna take away a lot of medical workers if they don't have and also a lot of educational. So what my point is, like, it's weird technology moving forward more. People are not gonna have jobs, and how they're gonna be able to sustain themselves. That's the reason why I support UBI. I think it's one. It's an answer. It's not the answer yet,
It's an
but it's an answer
Yeah.
that we can take a look at. And of course, there's gonna be safety fails there that the government will have to look at to see, like, okay, if this fails, then we do something else.
Like a backup plan. Kind
Yeah, and I'm sure they're gonna be very cautious and about it and how to implementing it, and slowly and surely, just how Korea's doing it. They're doing it very slow. It's not like
Stages,
No,
phases.
Yeah.
yeah, doing by phases and stages. So, and I mean, it is something that I just really firmly believe, and I support it because as individuals, as humans, the time that we give to our job, it's immensely, like, we spend more time there than things
With our
that
own families.
yeah, and or with the things that we want to do and have passion for, and
Yeah.
a lot of talents goes to waste because
Unseen
that-
talent.
unseen, and because they didn't get a chance to show that talent. I'm not saying I'm not bashing my job. I love my job. It's an amazing job.
Don't lie. Don't lie.
I'm telling everyone at work.
Everybody
but
listening, he
but-
hates his job.
If you have time, would you use it wisely? Because I feel like people have time, they just don't use it wisely.
I mostly use it for sleep.
amazing.
And
Yeah.
so a lot of people are talking about like people like let's have more education so we can have more time
Yeah.
to build these dreams, but they're not working for them.
Yeah, I mean, with the thing is, this is what's gonna happen. You're gonna have like that. That doesn't mean you. Okay, it doesn't work for a couple people. Then okay, take it away. No, you gotta give them a chance for humans to fight to fight
prove it.
to prove it and to, yeah, it's unfortunate. Yeah, people give up on the dreams, and that person who gave up on the dreams could have helped you, could help me.
Could find the cure for cancer. Could find.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't know if that's a passion of people. Like,
Well, I mean, some people go to doctors to help people.
of course.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm pretty sure that there's.
But I think is that what you're talking about, Armando? Are you talking about that, or are you talking about like more of like
Hobbies?
like like things that you
No.
could do, like acting, like
No.
or like what are you talking about?
Professional
People,
sports.
because you could do that right now if you're passionate. You don't need UBI, right? If you're passionate, if your true passion is to solve the cure or find the cure of cancer,
Study hard. You
But
know what
there-
you need to
But
do.
there's-
okay, but
there's a way to do that.
yeah. But what if you like are no? Okay,
Stuck with bills.
I'm not bashing on people that don't work hard. I mean, it's life. You're trying to live it. You're trying to take your time to live it with your kids. Trying to take you take a breather of fresh air and enjoying life, because even people throughout their lives they go with pressure on their shoulders, and it's unfortunate. And yeah, you're like, oh yeah, you gotta be better. You gotta study. You gotta do this. Even you have time, use that time. Whatever time it is, use it. And you feel pressure. You're like, when I can wind up? When can I just sit down and just,
You mean
Look.
unwind?
yeah, unwind? Like
Why not?
yes, but you do need that, and it's just you gotta give them a chance to prove them. Yes, you have time. Like I tell you, I start right after work. I do have time. I'm gonna be honest. I do after 5:00, and I clock out, and I'm like, okay, I wanna take a breather. I wanna take my dog. I wanna see my mom. I wanna enjoy my food. I don't want to be in a schedule where I'm like, okay, I got 10 minutes for my job. 10 minutes to eat my dinner. 10 minutes for seeing my mom. 5 seconds to say bye or whatever. No, so because that
Right.
could be. I mean, I put the time and time together. I was like, okay, if I want to become this person that I want to be, I'm gonna have to sacrifice these things to become. And that's a good thing. I'm not saying it's bad. It just then your whole life just you never enjoyed.
Are you a
the time.
hippie?
No, I'm not a hippie. I
Just asking because no, I mean, I respect what you think,
Yeah.
right? I agree with some of it, but not all of it.
yeah.
But yeah, I don't think that I think you're an optimistic, right?
Yeah,
You
I
think
am.
you think that other people are gonna do right by this, and maybe maybe I am hopeful that if this becomes something. But like there's people that are doing what they truly want to do today
Yeah.
with the system that we have in
Mhm.
place.
Yeah.
There is people that are doing it, right? And I think that
It's a handful.
it's hard sacrifices, right? I was talking to a lady today. She had to sacrifice a whole lot to be able to be who she is. A lot more than what you just named.
Mhm.
She has a kid. You know what I'm saying? Like put that into perspective. There's a lot of people out there that have 1, 2, 3 kids.
Yep.
They're single parents, right? That have a lot more sacrifice than you do,
Mm.
right?
Yeah.
And are still able to do it because they truly want it. Because they truly, truly, truly want it. And they're not putting any excuses. I'm not saying you are,
Mm.
right? But because you're doing what you need to do. You're taking care of yourself. You bought yourself a house,
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You're taking care of yourself because that's what you want.
Mm.
But there's people out there that are not doing that currently, today with the system that we have, right? And if you enable them more, I think that's the problem. That's the problem I see with it,
Mm.
right? You know what I'm saying? Like when you truly, truly, truly want something, right? And there's a lot of people that do. You do. You make the sacrifices needed, right? We do. And I think that when you enable them, you kind of like take away that push that they need to be able to get to where they need to. That's my again. I'm not trying to change your mind because I think you really bought into the UBI and it's perfect. It's it's great. Right? This is one of the things I want to share with everybody. We're not here to change anybody's mind. I'm not changing your mind. I'm not trying to do that. But I'm just trying to voice the differences that I see and the difficulties that I see with this. Because
there is, of course, it's not a perfect plan.
Yeah.
It's not something that's going to be changing everyone's and like, prosperity, of course.
Right.
But, dude, go out there and actually talk to people and meaning like, see what their struggles are going through and their minds are going through. I've talked, and if you mentioned lady, and I'm sorry if you're listening, I know she's been going through a lot too. Like she's working and she's doing all this stuff. But if she could have the time, I'm sure she could do stuff that she would want to with her kid.
Right, but she chooses not to because
there's stuff.
There's priorities.
There's priorities such as
taking
care of the kids, paying bills.
Right.
That's all I'm saying. You got the most precious currency for everyone, for you, for me, for everyone, is their time.
Mm.
The listeners give you guys time to listen, to understand, to hear, to have something to do besides from work.
Right.
So it's just that, Ronald, and it's just the time that you spend to the things that you don't like, that are unproductive to you or to your humanity or to what you want to be. It's what it is. What I'm talking about.
But
okay, and this is what's why UBS is hoping to
UBI.
help. Yeah, it's hoping to help. It's not the perfect answer. Once again, it's hoping to help and give a chance to those to fight for their dreams. And because I'm telling you, man, there's people out there. There is people out there that just work 2 jobs, 3 jobs just to maintain their 5 kids. I mean, it's their choice. Hey, you can't. They have kids.
It's their choice. They have to do it.
Yeah, but it's the choice. That meaning that the choice to have kids, right?
Yeah.
I mean, but they have their kids. What are you gonna do? You're gonna take away from them their kids?
Right. Well, I mean, it's not about that. I mean, some people.
But
there are those times where it's unplanned.
Yeah,
it happened.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So with that,
I don't think UBI is going to solve the problem of people that have 5 kids.
That's what I just kept saying. It's not the perfect solution. It's the help. It's the help for
that person that you're talking about, though, is still going to have to work the 3, 4 jobs.
I mean, but
they're going to have to.
Yeah, but is it more better than we probably will relieve one of their jobs, right?
Maybe.
And in that time, where would that time go for?
Do the other 3 jobs?
No, they would not. They would say one of the jobs is gone, and the other what would you think that human would do with that time? What do you think that person spend time with their kids, brother?
Maybe make more kids a little bit. Make more kids.
I mean, he probably. I'm hoping that he will probably know the struggle and not make more kids. Well, that's what we're hoping for.
That's for people now. But what about in the future, when future generations don't know the struggle of having 4 jobs, only have those 3 jobs?
Daniel, to be honest, the generation of the future generations, they're not gonna know struggle anymore. Even if you say you need to struggle, technology is taking care of everything, my friend. It's taking care of education, taking care of. So there's not going to be much struggle. We're hoping. I mean, I'm just saying this is perfect world. We might, the Earth might explode, but but
it will explode. Go on.
There's now less suffering. Well, I'm not going to say that, but these generations are not suffering as much as we did, and that's okay. Technology had gotten better. We used to have to go to the library, read a whole 100 pages book just to learn one thing and to get the test right. Mm-hmm. What is technology doing now for the kids?
The answers at your fingertips.
Boom, right there. Yeah. It's so out there for you to use it. Like I said, some things in medicine.
But is that but I don't know that that's a struggle, man. Like
it is a struggle because it gives you a chance to you're spending the time searching. You're spending your understanding.
I guess.
And you're working hard to get that grade. But now with technology, you're not okay. Boom, boom. Here's the answer.
Not everyone has access to technology, though.
That's the other thing. I was going back to I think you're thinking about it from your shoes, from where you are. Not everybody has access to internet. Let's go back to one of the things that we talked about earlier. Why are you worried about Cambodia? Why are you worried about Australia? There's people there that don't have any of that.
Yeah.
Yep. They still have to go to the library. They may not even have access to a library.
Yeah.
A way bigger struggle than you're experiencing.
Yeah, and that's why I said it's not. I'm not saying right now. I'm not saying soon, but the future generations will start to not have a struggle as we did. And that's okay.
Struggle, though.
Yeah, they're different struggles. Yes, of course, but there's not going to be the struggles that we have. But I'm hoping. I'm sure back in the day, they're saying that we we kind of living like the kings that they used to back in the day. Like the Queen of England, they used to have
Fact.
having stuff like this, like in in a nice
Like this.
a can with the water. Like that was something that
A
only
luxury.
a king will have.
Yeah.
But we have it. We don't know the struggle. Some other people back in those days, they used to have to go travel for days just to get water,
True that.
grab it, and get it.
True that.
So
And head it. Yeah.
and
now-
get it. So
now you have it at the supermarket.
it's
so,
right there. You pick
Yeah.
it up, you pay for it, you go.
I mean, struggle of getting water from it, I guess, is gone. But is there different struggles that we face now? Right, that they didn't face?
yeah,
So the future generations are still going to have
they're
struggles.
gonna have some sort of struggles. But
Right,
I don't
maybe
know.
how do I get
It
to
might be
Mars
emotional.
tomorrow?
It might be emotional. It might be emotional struggle. It might not be an actual physical
Like
or
mental health.
Basically,
There,
maybe.
there was a comedian, Dan Cook.
They cook.
He's just like he's talking about how one day he had to feel like he needed a good cry. Like I just had to cry. So he calls his mom and he's like, "Oh, what's my poor baby up to?" And he goes, "I don't know, mom. I'm just having a bad day. Works a hassle." And then I was like, "Oh, that's so sad. Here's your dad. Hey, hiking up your skirt. You know my hard day was Vietnam." He's like, "What is this? Cancel this little tea party." I mean, like, so there are struggles that they face that we'll never know.
Yeah, we'll never know.
Um,
It's so true. It's a good.
I mean, we've got. I think the struggles are still going to be there, but I think you're right. I think you have a different perspective, right?
Yeah.
And that's okay, and that's why you're here, because when we were talking about it that day, I think we didn't see eye to eye, but we don't have to, right? And we don't have to agree on what I think. I think it's important to like share, because it is a different point of view. Some of the things that you said actually, at least made sense.
and
It opens up my eyes, because it does. You're talking about things that I didn't think about before, and I don't know what and I don't know if you guys feel the same, but
I mean, I agree with I agree with Armando, but I also think that if you're the type of person who mostly not prioritizes, but prefers to spend their time with, like, say, their family, or have like a more laid back type of lifestyle, I think there's a good option that you move to another country where lifestyle is more chilled, or maybe a part of the state where it's more chilled. Not the state, but the United States, state. Because you hear of things like, just basically going back to, like, we're from Bolivia, South America. You wake up in the morning, you go to work, and you come back, you eat lunch with your family, like you have a 2-3 hour lunch break, and you go back and go back to work, and then you come back, and it's more relaxed in that sense. It's less cutthroat like it is here in the United States. And I hear the same things, although I've never been to, but I've heard of stories of places like Italy, Germany, and France that are very laid back, and they're very more, in a way, I guess, worldly, like more into what we can do as humans and human touch, as opposed to like how we can get more money or make more money, or
the human fingerprint.
So I think that is an option. I think people have that. I think that's an option for people who want that. But
we're looked at as the workaholic country, right?
We are a workaholic country.
We are like not to mention, but Evelyn's cousin, for instance, she came from Argentina, and in Argentina, like in South America, it's very laid back compared to here. And when she came here,
where she lives.
Okay.
Because in Buenos Aires, the city is very like.
Okay, so the city is like a metropolitan area. That's a lot like here. So like, but in a general statement, like South American countries are a little bit more laid back.
Yeah.
And coming here, I think it was like a slap. I mean, to all of us, but it was a slap to her because she's more of an adult. She came here as an adult, and that was like, oh, you really don't have time to do the things that you want to do.
Yeah, this is the only world I know.
Is it?
I mean, like, well, not really. In Japan, being a workaholic is kind of like seen as a bad thing. Because
is it?
Yeah, because they fully believe that everyone should feel relaxed. They have that longer paid time off than we do, and it's just more of a, why are you working so late? Don't work so late. Go be with your family kind of environment. They are honestly, and Japan's economy, unfortunately, now is starting to decline.
There you go.
But
Take it, Japan. Get with the program. Get with the program. I'm kidding. Japan,
But-
don't come after me.
Bunch of samurais just at your door. No, but like it shows how their employees are genuinely happy to go into work. Their CEO, they don't even like their CEO is literally sitting on the same level as them at a desk. That if you walked into the room, you wouldn't know that that's the CEO unless you knew that you were looking for that person. But
Yeah.
everyone's in their minds is kind of just like, we're all here to work. Let's do our work and go visit, go have some fun with our families.
Yeah.
So, like you said, it's more of a chill environment.
Yeah, and in the United States, it is workaholic, and sometimes as a result of that, it's where you get to see now a rise in mental health issues with a lot of people.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
they seek out the most easiest and fastest way because they're like, okay, I know I have problems. I gotta take a drug and then go back to work. Like I gotta go back, like, and that's what they do. It's like,
But
and they
so you're
answer.
saying the drugs is not good?
No, I'm not saying that. It's just that.
Oh,
It's just that we seek for the quick fix.
I'm gonna get back to work.
Yeah, I gotta get back to work. Gotta go.
Yeah.
And
True.
you know what? I read this. I don't know where I read this, but there was like
Wikipedia.
no,
Wikipedia.
that was not Wikipedia.
Oh.
There was a story where like doctors from another country, they think like they don't give many patients drugs like
Yeah.
the United States do. They give them different things. Like there was like
Positive energy.
yeah, basically.
I was just joking.
No, they do. So basically, in Africa, I think it's Africa or something like that. The guy was depressed. They didn't give him medication or drugs. They gave it. Supposedly, he was like, "I want a cow." He's like, I was like, "Yeah." Well, like, well, why do you want a cow? I was like, because he wanted to raise it, and so they bought him a cow, and the guy was happier. Depression was no longer a problem for him. He recuperated from depression.
I think he just wanted a companion.
Right? I think so. So I mean, but I was like, is this? I was like, what? This is actually true. Like, and then they were talking about how the U.S. operates on drugs and like gives whenever someone's depressed, they give them antidepressants. So, yeah,
It's good.
Yeah.
Ota, how about you? What do you want? UBI, universal healthcare, or what was the other one?
It's school tuition.
Tuition free.
Well, I mean, I wish tuition was free, and I wish that I could get a paycheck every now and then for absolutely no reason. But I think absolute necessity right now.
That's the American dream.
Yeah, I think personally, absolutely necessary right now is universal health care like they have in Europe, like all these countries.
yeah.
And to all the people who are saying like, "Oh, I'm young," and I know you're not saying this, but because you said something like this, but there are people who think, "Oh,
Yeah.
I'm young, I don't need it, so why do I have to get taxed for something?" Your dumbass is gonna get old in 20 years, and you're gonna need the young people to pay for your ass. So, that's one way to solve, because that's the problem right now, right? Like there's insurance companies. If you're young, oh yeah, great, come join us. But if you're older, it's like,
We
yeah.
don't want to pay your bill.
Exactly. So like right now, everybody just pay. Like you're gonna get old.
You're gonna die.
You're gonna die.
Yeah.
So for the first 20, 30 years, yeah, you're not gonna use it. But the second half of your life, you're gonna have to use it.
Yeah.
So I think that's what we need right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, I think so too. I think healthcare is more important than
See, we're a united front, brothers against this one guy.
no. And the reason I say that is I think I'm very close. Second is like tuition free.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Because the only reason it's the healthcare is because it's something that's going to affect everybody at some point in time, like what I was saying.
Yep.
At some point in time, you're going to be, whether you're young, sometimes you have disease when you're younger.
Yeah.
But a tuition, if you educate people and you give them power of education,
Yeah.
then hopefully they'll take care of their health, right? That'll
Yeah.
come and then they'll have more income and then they'll be able to like pay for insurance, be able to work. And then that kind of like could take care of it, but not always, right? Because when it costs you and you're making money, sometimes we're cheap. We're just like, I don't want to pay the copay. It's $15, $20, and then you just don't go, right? You know what I mean? It's what we do, right? And then and even though we have the coverage, we still don't take advantage of it for the $15 copay that we would end up paying anyway. But I think healthcare I think is for me is vital, and we it needs to be worked on, and it needs to be less of a business.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a whole nother
That's a whole
topic.
big topic.
Man,
Yeah.
that's
2
a
hour,
big
3 hour
one.
talk.
But I think we're like
we're getting
almost
close
2
to
hours
time
now.
Oh,
2
Lord.
towers. Yeah, we did it.
2 towers, not 2 hours. 2
2
towers.
towers right here. This tower, this other tower, the twin towers.
But yeah, no. So I mean, this was a great conversation. Again, of course, Armando. I know it kind of felt like we were attacking
Yeah.
you because we all chose healthcare and you chose UBI. But no,
I don't think so.
Good talk.
I know. I honestly, when I came into this, I had no idea what UBI was. I thought you guys said UTI. That's why I made that joke earlier.
USB.
Oh.
No, but yeah, thank you. I think perspective is different perspectives are good,
Yeah.
and that's
Yeah.
what we want here. We want to make sure that everybody's to see the different views, because we don't have to agree on everything.
Oh.
But I think
A conversation definitely has to be had.
yeah, and also like that's the only way progress is going to be made, when people start talking about it, when people start voicing their opinions, because who knows, maybe tomorrow or 10 years from now we have UBI
USBs.
UBI and it works, and then like I'm able to be a stand-up comedian, and then Jota is able to be a soccer player, and Jota is able to be a food eater.
Thank you.
No,
Thank you.
Apple.
An Apple, yeah, he's
An
able to be
Apple employee.
an Apple boy, and then Evelyn's able to be a
Business
entrepreneur.
Entrepreneur. No, okay,
What do you
sorry.
want to be if you had the money again?
I would like to be a huge ass company who has like employees.
Okay.
I'm not a huge ass company. I'm just a small startup right now.
No, but if you had the money from the government, like the UBI, what would you want to be, or what would you want to do? Like, if you had the time to do anything you want,
I would invest in my company to make it bigger.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
pay more taxes, help out the others.
That, yeah.
Yeah,
Look for loopholes.
yeah.
Donate some artwork.
Be hitting up Trump.
Look,
Hey, Trump, how did you do it?
how do I pay no taxes? All right.
All right, so
We're going to go ahead and wrap it up. Thank you guys for coming and for joining us. I don't know how many viewers are live, but if you're not live, you missed out. I'm kidding. You didn't.
well,
catch.
we did get some comments, so thank you guys for
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for the
Thanks,
comments.
Ramel.
Thank you.
Probably gonna be one of our future guests.
Yeah.
Well,
He agreed to.
hey.
Yeah.
So
See you guys.
You
Good
do
job.
outro.
What? Oh, the outro, yes. Listen, sweeties. Thank you. We love you. Take care. Bye-bye.